The king turned as Fenryl bade, lifted on high his mighty blade, then strode down the hill to meet the threat. Everyone saw it, and none could forget the sight of their elderly lord, who appeared as a young man with a bright sword. Here strode a battle-lord transformed, brought alive by the conflict which round him stormed. His smile was bright, and his eyes shone. He would fight Fenryl all alone, as the armies watched. This fearless lord lifted on high his silver sword. Fenryl growled, then suddenly sprang. He would bloody the king with claw and with fang. Yet the king attacked with fury and speed. No more would Fenryl gorge and feed. No more would he rend, nor bark, nor howl. His slaying was finished, this creature foul. His body lay dreadfully twitching and dead, and staring skyward beside it, his head.
Most fans of Glasshammer are familiar with our album, The Inconsolable Secret, and that we're about to re-release it in just a few weeks. What many fans may not be aware of is that the lyrics and music for that album were based on a rather lengthy poem that I wrote, 19,000 words to be exact, called The Lay of Lirazel. To truly understand the secrets within the music of The Inconsolable Secret, it is necessary to read the poem. It's within the poem that we find much more about the Princess Lirazel, her captivity and curse, the king, the knights, the witch, the battles. All that is detailed within the Lay of Lirazel. I'm asked from time to time how that poem came to be. There's a painting of the Lady of Shalott hanging in our studio. It's a painting by John W. Waterhouse, and it had always intrigued me. And I set out to find out more about the maiden in the painting. It turns out that Waterhouse was inspired by a poem by Tennyson, who himself had been inspired by one of the Arthurian legends about a lover of Lancelot. Tennyson's poem left a lot of unanswered questions about the lady, and that is where the inspiration began. In the end, I left his characters behind and began to create my own fantasy, which eventually became the Lay of Lirazel. So we have a progressive rock album based on an epic poem inspired by a 19th century painting, which was itself inspired by a poem that was inspired by a legend. Hopefully, the Lay of Lirazel will now inspire others to create something as well. Some years have passed since the original release of our album. We had the good fortune of meeting and befriending audio award-winning actress Kate Forbes, who agreed to narrate the Lay of Lirazel. She's done more than that. She's brought it to life. It is finally available at our website in audiobook format. So now there's really no need to read it. Just listen and enjoy.
The passing of time was all that she knew, as the image dimmed, then faded from view. To a horrible place her mind was sent, a place where only shadows went. Not a flicker of light nor hope intruded, this place of waiting, where death eluded the weary, the damned. Here all was gray. Here terror and despair held sway, like living things that shrieked and taunted. By such as these was her spirit haunted. She longed for an end, longed to be dead, with the green sod growing o'er her head, to sleep the ages till the world's end. Yet her body thus chained would ne'er transcend. It slumped as round it webs were spun. Her face was streaked where tears had run, through gathering dust which settled there upon a face both fey and fair. Time could not touch her living form. Her beauty remained, though a fierce storm raged in her mind. Madness and fear grew within as year upon year was heaped upon it. Yet now and then the mirror would flicker and awake within. Lirazel, a most sorrowful thing, a thought, a vision of the king's face as he gazed north from the high place.